I think the other part about masculinity, at least for me as a man, is just it is like taking responsibility. Where I about to say, I feel like I should have addressed this sooner, but it's like it's definitely taking responsibility, and it's not just, of course, the stereotypic you have a kid, and then you got to raise it and stuff like that. I mean, like take responsibility for like just that action, but just also just every day, where literally it's like if you know you screwed things up, it's up to you. Like you mess things up, it's up to you to honestly fix them. It's up for you to honestly like change them, and then of course point that out to like you got to really take accountability for yourself. Like you can't just be running to other people like can you fix this for me, can you like that was one of the biggest things that my mom, when she was training me and my older brother for us to kind of start being on our own, that was one of the biggest things she always drilled, where it's just you guys need to be responsible, where it's like it shouldn't be that you just can just come up to me to fix everything for you, or even run to your friends and stuff like that. You have to have it in you to like when things go wrong, you have to be able to fix it, especially if it's like wrong and it was on your accord. So it's one of the biggest definitions that stick with me the most, always.
I always found myself when it came to responsibility and stuff like that. Uh, to My mom always told me the same thing too. It's like you have to learn to be responsible for your stuff, even when you know that you're not in the right for whatever you
Yeah,
did. And that's a big thing about like being a man or just a good individual in general. Like you have to
yeah,
have humility. Like most like men, right? And women too, don't know how to let go of their pride, especially when it's like necessary and they've done something that you know they like it's wrong.
yeah.
You know.
I'm I'm not even gonna lie to you guys. Like I know like sometimes the hardest conversations to have is when you're the subject of interest, and it's about a subject is about you and like what's going on with yourself, and you got to hear that. It's hard, but I assure you it's like that is what being a man, or even whatever identity that you identify as, that's what it really means to be that quote unquote adult, where it's like you're willing to have those hard conversations, like what, maybe it is me, I screwed this stuff up. It's never always comfortable, but as a man I'd rather face that way I know I can like fix it, versus keep running away from it, and then it might make things
And then
worse,
just catching having it catch up to you.
because sooner or later it will.
Uh-huh.
And by the time it gets to that point, it probably is going to be worse.
I hear a lot of people saying that uh, to be masculine, right? Because I know a lot of people have like a different definition of what it means to be
Yeah.
masculine. As of recent, it's been more expanding and stuff like that. Uh, could you see yourself need be, right? Getting emotionally open? Like, how difficult do you think that would be?
For me, it's not so much that. If anything, what I'm working on is just knowing where and who to go to be emotionally available with.
Mm-hmm.
Because although I can be surrounded by many people, not everybody should have the same level of access to me, especially my emotions. Because that the old saying is like you don't what is it, like you don't feel, you don't put a gallon's worth of water into a cup, where it's like it
Yeah, it's
can't.
like like half a cup or something like
Right.
that.
It's like, yeah, you got to constantly be testing the people around you, where it's like you need to know and filter out who is capable of handling what. And then, of course, what it is that you're giving them. Because, I mean, people love you in different ways,
Oh
but
yeah.
that does not mean that they all can handle those parts of you
Like
in
equally,
different.
right? Yeah,
Exactly. Like, there's stuff that I emotionally open up to with my brother
mm-hmm.
that I love my mom, but she just doesn't have a level to.
Yeah.
And then there's stuff with her that I do, go there with, that is like I don't, share with others. And then I'm even the same way with like, my friends. Like, there's stuff that, you and Ricky over here, like, y'all know about me, that others will be like, how come you didn't tell me? And it's
Mm-hmm.
just like, I mean, the person's gonna take offense, because people just like, what do you mean you can't trust me with your secrets? I'm everything. But it's like
Mm-hmm.
it's probably somewhere in there that's like I probably can't, especially because there's a nasty habit today of people bragging
Mhm.
about, people always come to me, I'm this and that. Most of the time, people that do that, I stay away from them, because then it's like, this isn't about me actually coming to you friend to friend. This is just for you an opportunity to stroke your ego, and you're not about to use what's going on with me as an excuse to do it.
Right.